One mistake in every zombies map. In Nectar and Totem, the Thompson is incorrectly listed to cost 1500 points. However, it actually only costs 1200 points. On Verux, there are 4 posters that advertise the perks on the map. However, only double taps is actually accurate in game. Speed Coda's logo has the hand too upright, and the magazine is more rounded than it is on the actual perk. Quick Revive's logo is completely different as it more resembles a heart rate monitor. And Juggernog is incorrectly called Juggernaut. Shinonuma only spawns 24 zombies in a round. However, this is a mistake because the Wunderwaffe is an infinite damage weapon, which means you can get to ridiculously high rounds. On the Black Ops 3 version of Derice, if you follow this path that I'm taking and don't open any of the doors in this room, then all of the zombies will spawn in one window. If you load up a solo game of Kino de Toten and have the subtitles enabled, then you will see that Richthoffer's name is incorrectly spelled with an A instead of an E. Also, if you make your way to the bar in Spawn, you will see the speed cola is called Sleight of Hand Cola. On 5, in order to get to Pack-a-Punch, you have to increase the Defcon level from 1 to 5. This doesn't really make sense as the lower the Defcon level, the more dangerous the situation is. It would actually make more sense for the Defcons to be lowered instead of raised. On Ascension, the monkeys that steal your purse land from space in a lunar lander. However, there is absolutely no way a lunar lander could make it into space. I mean, have you ever seen a spaceship with railings on it? In the Call of the Dead opening cutscene, Michael Rooker shoots 3 shells from a double barrel shotgun. This is impossible. Shangri-La features 2 power switches, which is quite possibly the most useless feature ever in Call of Duty Zombies. Also, when you turn the power on, arrows that display the measurements of the power suddenly appear out of nowhere. On Moon, the Omicron and Epsilon control panels are wrongly labelled, with Omicron having Epsilon and vice versa. On Transit, the word Sanatorium is incorrectly spelled on some of the uniforms that the zombies have, with the I and the U being switched. Also, there is no asylum on the Transit map. One of the factions you can play as in Nuketown is the CIA. However, because the map is set in Nevada and is a domestic affair, it is more likely that the FBI would have been sent, not the CIA. On Die Rise, the floor level you are on is inconsistent at best. On one of the buildings, you go from level 56 to 66. However, you jump across to the other building and you're currently on floor 78. In the opening cutscene to Mob of the Dead, despite them only having a 6-round revolver, all of the mobsters shoot more bullets than 6. This again is impossible. On Buried, if you throw a time bomb in Leroy's cell and then shoot him just a couple of times, and he locks himself in the cell, if you use the time bomb, you can trap yourself inside the cell with Leroy with no way of getting back out. When making the Origins opening cutscene, Treyarch must have forgot that Origins was set in World War I. All of the German soldiers are using STG-44s, which is anachronistic. Also, there are wall weapon buys for the MP40 and the M1927, which obviously weren't used until the Second World War. Dempsey is seen using the Remington New Model Army, which isn't available in the map. Also in the map, Maxis takes credit for creating the Mauser C96. I don't know what he's on about, because the Mauser C96 was made in the 1800s. Maxis did not invent it. Shadows of Evil introduced the bootlegger. However, this is a bit of a strange decision to add this gun to this map, because the bootlegger is based off the British Sten. Contrary to popular belief, it's not the Type 100. This is strange because the Sten was never really used in America, and especially during this era. It would have made more sense for the gun to be the M1927, which does feature in later Black Ops 3 maps. Another mistake is that a barbershop says that a beard trim would cost your soul. Now, this is not correct. A price would typically be around 30 to 40 cents, and it would not cost your soul, as that would be far too expensive for just a trim. In Der Eisendrache, there is a poster that mistakenly says Der Eisendrachen. This was a mistake that Treyarch didn't fix until very late in the game, as you can see in a lot of early trailers that Der Eisendrache is called Der Eisendrachen. In the Zetsubo no Shima ending cutscene, young Takeo gives older Takeo a sword so he can give up living. However, at the end of the cutscene, Takeo is seen holding another sword that has magically spawned in. In the Goro Trophy opening cutscene, Nikolai is heard listening to Ace of Spades by Motorhead. However, this song was not released until 1980, making it anachronistic. And finally, in the Revelations gameplay trailer, you can see that the rocket shield is being used. However, this is swapped out in the final game for the God of Fafnir.